This film is just about don't deny who you are, enjoy who you are, whether people agree with it or not. Birdie, my character, basically her entire world is brought down by the fact that her best friend has taken her on national television, a talk show.
Connie is your best friend, and she told us that she loves you very much.
I love you too.
And the last thing that she wants to do is to hurt you in any way. Connie?
Birdie, Billy and I are having an affair.
And she has to leave. Don't look back, sweetheart. It's bad luck. And she takes her daughter and goes back home, which is the last place in the world she would like to be, but it's the only place that exists.
You look just awful.
Well, I feel awful, Mama.
Well, you look it.
I saw you on television. Really? I taped it.
We got to see it twice, once Central, once Mountain.
I invited Justin for dinner.
This is not the time for your matchmaking stunts, all right?
Matchmaking? What the imagination?
Well, well, well. Birdie.
You smell delicious. You wearing cologne?
That's paint thinner, a little sweat mixed in with it.
So, you need a job. I'm not likely to find a listing for prom queen.
Dot, just put me in a job. I would really be grateful.
You know, your mother and I go way back.
I know you must. Back home we had a skunk called Justin Matisse. Finally, Mom picked up a club and killed it.
Well, that's a sad story.
If you like the skunk, which we didn't.
Through her mother and through her having to get a job, which she's never had to do, and become a real human being and do things like everyone else, she makes steps to pulling a life together.
About a year after I bought the script, Sandy read it in the course of trying to find a rewrite for another project of hers. She read this script and fell in love with it. And from the moment that we became partners and shook hands, she became the executive producer of the project.
When I called her, I said, but this is the capacity that I want to be involved in, only because of past experiences, because at least that title gives you the right to say no when you really feel that something is not being done in the capacity that it should. She said, okay, which is pretty amazing because she didn't have to. She didn't have to take on a partner. She doesn't need it.
We made together the fundamental decisions from that point on about the film.
What we said we were going to do is just send out the script. I said, let's not offer it to anyone. Let's see who comes to us, because it's so specific and so intimate that somebody really has to get it to be able to pull it off. Even though we were going, oh, this person sounds great and this person sounds great, there was never a definite decision made on, okay, let's go with this person, until we said, okay, let's meet with Forrest. Everything that he loved about it and wanted to bring out of it was exactly what Linda and I had been crazy about.
Let's walk through this beginning so we can figure out this. Are we at this position when this happens?
So actually, I pursued the project myself. When I seek out stuff about people's feelings and going through certain types of human experiences.
Cut!
He's an actor as director, and this is the most challenging acting part that Sandy's ever had, and she wanted a director that was there for her as an actor.
Forrest fought for it, like I went in the beginning and fought for it. You know, everything about this film, either you get it or you don't, and those who got it really wanted to be a part of it. When you hire people like Jenna, you get, we would sit behind the monitors and we would watch her because A, she's absolutely beautiful and there's a glow to her. There's a history behind her eyes.
Why don't you just cut to the part where, you know, he started fooling around? Honey, you know, crying over it won't make it clean. Life just goes on and you gotta move along with it.
We needed somebody that would needle me too, that had the same energy as I did, but she needed to be bitchy with me, and she was so great.
Don't yell at her.
She's my daughter. I'll yell at her all I want to. Will you just take a look at yourself? Wandering around night and day in your bathrobe? You're hiding out. You're scared. Lord, what happened to you? You used to be so pleasing.
With the town joke as a mother, I had to be pleasing when you flounce yourself into school with your roadkill hat and your freshly skinned bag, Mom. I learned how to be pleasing.
You're pleasing nobody. You're miserable yourself. And I've never been unhappy. So the joke is on you, honey.
It's a very strange mixture of comedy and drama and eccentricity and very nice script.
When they recommended Harry, I said, yeah, the schmaltzy crooner dude is going to come in here and go, hey, baby. It's like, I don't think so. And he walked in and blew us away.
Relax, Birdie. sit back and let the fish come to you.
You know who'd love this so is Bernice.
Hey, breathe.
I felt like such a cad for saying, oh, this is who he must be, you know, slick, sexy singer dude. And he wasn't anything like that. It was one of the most humble performances.
Why don't you go down and get dressed? You'll feel better. You gotta feel depressed looking like that.
Gee, Justin, do you always say what's on your mind? It's my lucky day.
I'm not gonna do you any favors by lying, Birdie.
Well, Justin, I don't need your favors. All right? I just need something.
Is that an invitation? Justin is very confident of who he is and what he does and what he wants. So I think Sandy's character really becomes attracted to those qualities. Want help?
Nope.
Don't smile now.
I'm not.
Let's see his smile. He's got a great smile.
Hold on.
He won Smile of the Year in his school. Get it? He just thinks she's wonderful. He sort of thinks that she's gonna come around, and he doesn't blow his cool, you know.
He's one of the funniest people in the world.
I'd like to tell you a little bit about myself. I remember when I started with the American Ballet Theater when I was 7.
4 o'clock in the morning, it's so helpful when, you know, you have someone giving you wedgies and hanging you up on a door hanger.
Sandy, you know Bullock, here we go. I felt her presence. See, that's what makes me the talent I am.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing.
I remember back when I was first starting out in NASCAR. A great experience. Of course, I was timid. But after 19 and a half years of winning championships, well, you become a master. I know I probably sound like I'm tooting my own horn, but I've got so many horns to toot.
But one of the most honest and pure people. He has no sieve.
My name's Stone Phillips.
He doesn't know what he's not supposed to say, which is his blessing. You know, he sings on cue.
She's so beautiful, she's the pug-nosed dream. She's Sandy, the queen of the screen.
I was very fortunate to have worked with May on One Fine Day, so I know what a remarkable young actress she is. She's the baby Meryl Streep.
I want my daddy. I want to go home to my daddy.
You know, little kids these days, there are these 8 to 10-year-old girls that could blow all of us out of the water. We weren't actors around them. We were just peons there for them to bounce their work off of. The scene where she's crying, I'm just supposed to stand up on the porch. I wasn't supposed to move.
I love you, Princess. I gotta go.
It breaks your heart. All I could do was walk down there and pick her up and take her inside. She went to a place, and it was amazing. And I asked her what it was. And I don't know if I'm violating her confidences by saying this, but she said, remember the group, the band that was playing on the ship, the Titanic? And I said, yeah. She goes, well, you know that when the ship went down, they kept playing. I said, yeah. And she goes, that's who I was thinking about. And you just go, wow. And just say, wow. And you walk away going, I have nothing. Next to this child, nothing. That's what she was thinking about. It was a role that you have to show a really unattractive side of yourself, and you need to find someone incredibly brave. And Forrest went through so many people, and he said, I came across one person who completely committed to being this guy.
Bertie, you're not going to make me feel bad about this. Only thing I'm guilty of is falling in love. I didn't seek it out, Bertie. It just happened.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you talking about me or Connie? Because you seem to fall in love real easily, so it's only natural to be confused.
Forrest called that one. He completely called that one.
This whole town and everything is very beautiful, you know, and everybody's laid back, and it just has that, it's perfect feel for the way the movie's gonna be.
People were just so nice in that town. The neighbors would sit out on their lawn with lawn chairs and make peach cobbler and bring it over. They just kind of hang with you, which is rare, but, you know, we were in Smithville, who'd never been tainted by a film crew before, and I think we left it in good condition. We have a huge parade scene. That was all of Smithville. All the entire town came out for this parade that they were having every year. They just had a good time, which is what it should be to begin with. But, you know, I don't think they realized that having a good time meant, you know, standing around and waiting for, you know, hours upon hours in hot lights was what they had expected. But that's what it was. But they had a great time. They had a really good time. I have such a great respect and better understanding for what to do as an actor and what to do as a producer, what to do as a fellow friend who's watching somebody involved in a project, and how hard everybody works. It's just, it sounds sappy, but it's, people work their ass off, and the rewards are minimal for those who are not the actors, because we get all the show and the bang, and, you know, we also take the brunt if the thing stinks, but, you know, as I've proven, and I have done so well in the past. But it was the most fulfilling experience I've ever had.
I hope I'm not disappointed on the next movie I do.
We cannot get Tom Cruise, we cannot get that.
Oh, forget about them.
I feel like I'm in an incredible situation right now, one that I'll tell my children about, my grandchildren about. This time in my life is one of the most special things I've ever done.
Oh my God, look at that!
Well, we had such a fun time making this movie, moonless nights that were so perfect. Everyone in T-shirts and having such a sense of camaraderie.
There ain't nothing that I would.
Human nature always seems to be able to rely on one thing that is completely based on faith, no logic whatsoever, and that's hope.
When you're feeling really down, don't think about how down you feel. Give hope a chance to float up. It will, you know.
It's about somebody who comes back and has to face every demon, every problem, everything she's done wrong in her life.
Give happiness a chance to float up. I think it's just hope floats. Let it float up.
It's your life, and you have to find what's important to you.
This movie is about people surviving, and hope is gonna rise to the top.
It just makes you look at every single second of life and go, you know what, it so doesn't matter. Nothing matters except for where you sit, who you're sitting with, and how you leave them feeling when you leave the room.
I really don't want you to kiss me right now.
Who said anything about kissing?